Hey, what's up? How's it going? Welcome to my smoky lair. Just kidding. Here, Palo Santo. Okay. Take a moment, settle for a second. Take your hand, put it on your heart if you wish. Just take a moment. Welcome. Thank you for watching. I have a question that I answered, or I'm going to answer, and the question was sent to me by email. The question is, which relieves more stress, laying down on your stomach or on your back? Now, this is a great question because oftentimes, we don't really know, right? We don't really know what to do. We just want to lay down. And I'm sure that there's some reasons why one might feel not so great over the other. So if you think about this for a little bit, we need to tap into what is causing the stress, okay? So there's a lot of different ways you can look at that. I'm going to maybe talk about one or two. We will see. So let's say it's digestion, okay? If you have food allergies or some unknown digestive thing going on, laying down on your back or on your stomach may not feel so great. It depends a lot because it causes the digestion, the stuff in there, right? Real science there. The stuff inside to be not at the optimum level to do the thing. So if you have stress in the head that comes from digestive trouble, which I used to have a lot of, I've learned to lay on my side actually, and I lay on my left side. Now why that is because the transverse colon, actual words there, transverse, across, the top one, the big one, it runs from right to left. And I found that if I was having trouble with the digestion, and it was starting to really get to me and I had to lie down, lying in any other position didn't really work for me. Okay, so that's one main example. Now, I've been told that some parents say lay on the right side. Now, that doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, but that's because I have a very specific location in my body where things get kind of stopped up, or they used to. And that was, like I said, the transverse colon. So if you think about it, it's going from right to left. It's the big one. So if you lean the way that it's going, you're kind of helping it go that way. Okay. If you are, having general life stress, which, right now during the holidays, this is very possible. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of stuff with politics, there's a lot of holiday stuff, the weather might be really agitating. Some places that usually have winter aren't having much winter yet, and some places are colder than normal, right? So it depends on why you're feeling stressed. But the general idea, from my perspective and my understanding and my testing it out, is that lying on the back is going to feel more, it's going to help more. Okay. Now, some people don't like to lay on their back because they feel very exposed. If you think about it, the heart is open, the stomach is open, the legs are open. It's often, there's this misperceived thing, I think it's misperceived, where people feel exposed. Now, you're most likely home alone when you're dealing with this. So I'm hoping that maybe if that's part of the psychological thing, you can at least try it out. A few tips. Think about it this way. Let's say you take a bath to de-stress. Do you lay face down in the bath? No. The water's there though, covering you. So maybe get a blanket and lay on your bed, not in the bath with a blanket. That would be weird. But that's one thing to think about if you feel exposed. Folding it up and putting it over the abdomen is not a bad idea. Taking a pillow or something like that, putting it right across there, really great idea, especially if your feet are together and your knees are wide, right? Baddha Konasana legs or butterfly legs, something like that. You can also put supports under the knees so that you don't feel like it is stressful on the hips, I guess is the best way to put that. But the best tip I can give you is if you create a little bit of a backrest. So in a restorative style class, what would happen would be you would take some blocks and put a bolster on it and create a backrest where you're sitting on the floor or your bed and your whole spine is supported by the bolster or stack of pillows or something like that. Now, one thing, if you don't have a bolster, which a lot of people don't, you are gonna wanna wrap the pillows in a blanket or something so it's a little bit more firm. If they're very soft, it might actually cause a little bit of low back pain, which we want to avoid because any kind of pain that you add is going to cause more stress. It might not be on the mind, but it will be on the body. And then after a while, the mind might be not so cool with that. Okay. Bolster supporting the whole spine, pillows wrapped in a blanket so they can be kind of tucked together. That will help. Making sure your head's not back like a Pez dispenser. This is very stressful on the throat, and your brain's right there. So you're putting your head in a position that will cause stress. If you throw your head back, you want to have it supported, okay? Now this is for general stuff. If there's more of a medical condition going on, it's really hard to be general about, but digestion, if it's digestive stress, you can lay on the side, you can put a bolster under here and kind of lean on it. Fetal position on the side, you know, it's not a bad thing as long as it doesn't bother your shoulder. So if that bothers your shoulder, because it might increase the roundedness of the chest, there's a 2-pillow system that you can do. You kind of put them a little bit sideways so that your shoulder has space and your head is a little bit lifted. But I still think that arranging your body in a comfortable way on the back is going to be less stress or help you relieve the stress. But you know, that's sometimes complicated. I mean, you could try this out for yourself. Go over to your bed after this video, take a deep breath, and just lay down and just see what kind of position you're in. This most likely is a position that you can return to when you're not feeling so great. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to send this to my email list, but I'm also putting this on YouTube. Hi YouTube, how you doing? My name is Fern. If you want to talk more about this, feel free to visit me on Instagram. That's the best place to send me a message. You can also join my email list there, and then you will receive things like this in your email. I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Laying on the back. Oh, if you want an oil or something like that, this kokio oil is red hibiscus oil, and it's made in Hawaii by the company Pohala. I'm pretty sure I've shared this to my email list before, but I don't know who you are. You're on YouTube probably, so hi again. This has been very helpful to me and some of the people in my classes. We have been putting a little bit on our wrists and our neck just before Shavasana. So perhaps you want to add something like that. Now, it's not an essential oil. Well, it is and it isn't. This is a topical oil. It has been made specifically to be put on the skin. This is not just an essential oil like for a diffuser. Don't put this in a diffuser, okay? But as far as laying down on your stomach, I don't find that very comforting myself. If perhaps you do, just make sure that you're in a position where, you know, one arm is up and maybe a knee is bent, and that you don't stay too long in that same position. If you're very stressed and you feel like you're going to fall asleep like that, it might cause a lot of discomfort in your neck and shoulders, especially if you're kind of in a weird position on a pillow. So set yourself up so that you feel supported. If you have questions, let me know. And thank you for joining me today in my living room with my Palo Santo and my sage and my plants. Bye.